So I was a hairstylist in between New York and Los Angeles for 15 years. And in this time, I had a near-death experience. And I was at the height of my career, actually. And at this time, I contracted a MRSA staph infection in my throat chakra. And my throat swelled up like I had swallowed a tangerine. And after the 6th day and being on the most heavy medications on the planet, the doctors wanted to cut my neck open and remove this infection. And it was the first time that actually I've ever prayed. Up until that point, I was an atheist, agnostic, whatever you want to call it. I just didn't believe. I didn't believe there was such thing as a God. And I prayed that night. In vulnerability, I wheeled my IV into the bathroom. During this time in the bathroom, I prayed for the first time in my life. And I said, if there is a God, you will reveal yourself to me here and now and take this infection out of my body. And if you do, I'll commit my life to you. And I woke up the next day and the infection was completely gone, completely out of my system. I had a contract, and this is something that I needed to fulfill. Ever since then, I had to disseminate my life. I really had a big life in LA. Big house, art, beautiful furniture, 3 bedrooms, decorated beautifully, designer clothes. I had the whole thing, the whole facade. Letting go of my life in LA was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but one of the biggest blessings of my life. And then I moved to Bali. 8 years of being in Bali. I built a beautiful life for myself there. And I built a company. I manufactured natural hair care and body care products, which I started working on in LA. So I continued that vision in Bali. During this time, I met this beautiful Balinese man and his family, and they really took me in as family. And I really surrendered and trusted into that space. And so we started a business together. And during this time, I was very naive and I trusted way too fast. And I signed a contract in another language, translated by my ex-business partner. And basically, I signed my whole company over to his family. And I discovered that he had scammed me, and I lost everything. And from that point forward, I had to go through the process of another death, where I sold everything in Bali, and I had to leave. I had no choice, and I left to go to India. And in Varanasi, I took a soul's commitment that I was to let everything go. Identity, ego, self, control, manipulation. I had to let it all go. So I sat at the crematory grounds off the Ganga. It was a vision, and it was told to me that this is what I needed to do. I sat for days next to the crematory grounds, and every body that was carried down for cremation, I intentionalized myself inside that body. Every part of me was burnt. And this is where humility has come into my heart, and a big flowering of love and compassion and surrender, because I know that I know nothing. What I think I know, what I think I have, what I think I own, just like this, it can be gone. The only thing that I know that is real, that I put everything into, is my connection to my God. Everything else can be taken away. And so I don't sit in a space of blame or shame towards my ex-business partner. I bow at his feet. And I'm so grateful, because this gift that he gave me is priceless. You can't buy this in a university.
Humble yourself in the sight of your mother. You gotta bend down low and humble yourself in the sight of your mother. You gotta know what she knows, and we shall lift each other up higher and higher. We shall lift each other.
After this experience, I did have an out-of-body experience where my physical body did die. And I came out of my body, and during this time, I spoke with God. God spoke to me, and he said, or she said, "You're going to leave your body now. What is your last wish?" My wish was that I would stay to experience true true, profound love. The truest and the most profound and the deepest love that I have ever experienced. And then, like that, I was put back into my body. I felt all the pain, the fever, the aches, everything came back. But the fever did break, and now I contemplate, what is that deep, profound love? That love for myself. Can I share that with others? Yes, absolutely, abundantly. Because the cup is full. My relationship I share with my divine is so wonderful that every day I give thanks. And now I'm here sharing these stories, these revelations, these teachings. The workshop that I'm teaching, the empowerment workshop, is a gift. It was a download from the divine. And it's so wonderful because every time I teach this workshop, every time it's different because the energy of the participants coming is very unique and very special. And the empowerment piece I have seen and was shown to me is one of the keys to the mass transformation, the mass awakening, of deeply understanding what their internal vibrational frequencies are telling them, and when they can respond from that space of knowing what does a yes feel like and where does it come from? Where does a no come from? And where is the maybe and what does it feel like? And how do we respond in this maybe as the greatest teacher of our life? So we're understanding a deep essence through this process of taking responsibility and understanding that when you feel these internal vibrations coming to you and speaking to you, this is your relationship to God, your unique spirit that you relate to. And when we do this, we sharpen that relationship. Every participant comes in, develops a deeper bond with that relationship, with their internal dweller. And when this is sharpened and when this is polished, life becomes a magical journey. So these cosmic downloads, bring them on. It just keeps getting better.